Okay, I'm recording this video after the close of trade Thursday, 29th of April 2010, and I'm just going to show you a couple of my E-mini charts quickly today. But before I do that, just to comment on the Goldman Sachs little slide presentation I put up on the site yesterday. It's interesting to me that whenever I post commentary on problems in the market and who's kind of responsible for a lot of the financial disasters that we've had, I get a lot of emails back from people kind of supporting that view. Yesterday, I think my Goldman's little presentation was just neutral, but certainly not negative on Goldman's. And I got quite a few unsubscribes from the site, and only a couple of emails. But the couple of emails I did receive were basically negative on Goldman. So it's just interesting. I think out there, maybe 50% of the general population really don't care a lot, but I think with the remainder of the population there is definitely a huge anti-Goldman feeling, an anti-Wall Street feeling, which I think is which is interesting for me to observe, particularly because I spent half the year here in Sydney, Australia, and relative to the US, we got off incredibly lightly out of the global financial crisis. Although we might have our day soon. Anyway, let's get to those E-mini charts, and I've just brought up a 4500 tip bar chart. This is kind of my longest time frame daily chart, just day trading chart, just showing you how today went. We kind of broke above resistance into a slow grind up today, and you can see that we finished off the day. We had a pullback in an uptrend signal here, PB, with a very quick support level printed, and then an end of trend warning signal here. And this end of trend warning signal came with a whole bunch of volume distribution patterns by the professionals. We've got these ST signals up here, stopping volume, PT, you can see one behind the end of trend there, another one up here, that means profit taking up at these highs, and we've had kind of bearish divergence on the better momentum indicators. So that's showing there's a lack of appetite up here at these highs to go any further. And interestingly, we had a little bit of a cyclical turn, and this is a second cyclical turn. There's just a tiny little white dot that's just printed on that first bar of the aftermarket, and subsequently we've kind of collapsed about 4.5 points in the meantime. So I think what we had, let's look at this that we had on Monday when we were rolling over on Monday. Here, this is Monday's trade, and we had our pullback, and this was an end of trend warning signal here. It wasn't a clean one, so it's not printed by the indicator. And then we went to Tuesday's sell-off, huge down move, and after exhaustion volume on the downside, this move ended with an end of trend warning signal. We actually had a double one here, so we had the first end of trend here, then the professionals step in with all this extreme volume selling at this point, the professionals accumulating here. In the aftermarket, we go a couple of points lower than the low made during Tuesday, end of trend warning signal, bullish divergence patterns, and then on Wednesday we spent the day just bottoming, selling off a couple of times here into exhaustion, selling at these points here, from which we recovered. The bottom's been put in at this point, and we start to rally. Now, what's interesting for me is, we're kind of at a critical level. We've not sold off so much that the market's kind of likely to roll over and retest these lows, but I think we might have some kind of a small pullback tomorrow in order for the the uptrend to maybe get more energy. So I think there's certainly for tomorrow morning session, I'm going to be looking for kind of weakness in the market, and just to see where the next level of kind of support comes in. I found today frustrating to trade. This was really the only really decent setup during the day, where we had exhaustion selling at this point. We're in an uptrend, exhaustion selling down here. When we look at the lower time frames, that on the 500 tip bar chart was actually just a small overshoot of an end of trend warning signal. We actually topped out initially here with just a small overshoot of a second turn after an end of trend warning signal here with extreme buying at this point, and then we came off here to the end of trend warning signal. Professionals step in with these the blue bar down here and bullish divergence, and we kind of start to rally from there. On the 1500 tick chart, you can see it was a cyclical support region. We had there was the exhaustion selling, bullish divergence, professionals step in there, and the market kind of continues on its merry way. But it was, I found, a frustrating day to trade. Just to show you quickly the higher time frame charts. If I look at my 40,000, this is the highest time frame chain, 40,500 tip bar chart. We've come back into another cyclical resistance level here that's just formed. We've got bearish divergence, profit taking by professionals, stopping volume at the tops here, and I think we're going to just come back in to form another cyclical turning point on this 40,500 tip bar chart. So I'm going to be looking for some form of weakness for the first half of tomorrow. And then lastly, just on the oscillator charts, just in general, I think we are. It's early days to call it, but I think we are still going towards a risk trade. Gold's looking strong, US dollar's looking weak, crude's looking strong, the euro. I mean, we might be in the very, very, very early stages of kind of a small bottom forming in the euro. But on my Trin oscillators, we took profits on this short trade, small profits. I think it was only 3 points. Reversed, went long. So I have to be viewing the next few days with kind of an upward bias, and it's not until we start retesting these highs and starting to see some kind of exhaustion volume at these highs that I need to be looking for downtrend. So some weakness for the first part of tomorrow, looking for some kind of support to come in, and then we'll kind of take it from there. Okay, there we go. Just a quick video on Thursday. Looking forward to Friday and the end of the week, and I hope your trading is going well.